Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. Do not look back when leaving. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. Above all things, respect yourself. Don't judge your greatness by your shadow at sunset. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do or say whatever is not best for you. Silence is better than unmeaning words. Do not chase after happiness. It is always in you. Whatever they think of you, do what you think is fair. Be equally indifferent to blame and praise. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. No man is free who cannot command himself. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. Reason is immortal, all else mortal. Salt is born of the purest parents, the sun and the sea. It is difficult to walk at once, in the same time, many paths of life. Power is the near neighbor of necessity. As soon as you awake, in order lay the actions to be done the coming day. Ability and necessity dwell near each other. Time is the soul of the world. Learn silence with the quiet serenity of a meditative mind. Listen, absorb, transcribe, and transform. The great science of living happily is to live only in the present. If you can become an eagle, do not strive to become the first among the jackdaws. A person who is captured by his passions cannot be free. If you cannot have a faithful friend, be your own friend. Number rules the universe. Declining from the public ways, walking in unfrequented paths. Friends share all things. As soon as laws are necessary for men, they are no longer fit for freedom. Choose always the way that seems the best, however rough it may be. Custom will soon render it easy and agreeable. be a good son, just brother, tender spouse, and good father. Even as truth does error have its sluthers. Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Above all things, reverence themselves. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. Wisdom, thoroughly learned, will never be forgotten. Don't try to cover your mistakes with false words. Rather, correct your mistakes with examination. Sobriety is the strength of the soul, for it preserves its reason unclouded by passion. Concern should drive us into action, and not into depression. Friends are the companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere on the road to a happier life. Most men and women, by birth or nature, lack the means to advance in wealth and power, but all have the ability to advance in knowledge. Anger begins in folly and ends in repentance. A blow from your friend is better than a kiss from your enemy. Practice justice in word and deed, and do not get in the habit of acting thoughtlessly about anything. Never trust a friend who speaks bad of his comrades. You should make great things, not promise great things. Drunkenness is an exercise in madness. He who sows the seeds of murder and pain will not reap joy and love. Legislation should be the voice of reason, and the judge should be the voice of the law. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. As long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Do not go to bed until you have gone over the day 3 times in your mind. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? What did I forget to do? If you have a wounded heart, touch it as little as you would an injured eye. There are only 2 remedies for the suffering of the soul: hope and patience. Learn to be silent. Let your quiet mind listen and absorb. Do not talk a little on many subjects, but much on a few. It is better to be silent than to dispute with the ignorant. If you're asked what is the silence, respond, it is the first stone of the wisdom's temple. There is nothing so easy but that it becomes difficult when you do it reluctantly. If man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. Strength of mind rests in sobriety, for this keeps your reason unclouded by passion. Know thyself, and thou shalt know the universe. We ought so to behave to one another as to avoid making enemies of our friends, and at the same time to make friends of our enemies. The soul of man is divided into three parts: intelligence, reason, and passion. Intelligence and passion are possessed by other animals, but reason by men alone. Numbers have a way of taking a man by the hand and leading him down the path of reason. The most momentous thing in human life is the art of winning the soul to good or evil. The highest goal of music is to connect one's soul to their divine nature, not merely entertainment. Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Above all things, reverence thyself. Souls never die, but always, on quitting one abode, pass to another. All things change, nothing perishes. It is only necessary to make war with five things: with the maladies of the body, the ignorances of the mind, the passions of the body, the seditions of the city, and the discords of families. Lack of friends is a sign that a man has many hobbies as well as time. If there be light, then there is darkness. If cold, heat. If height, depth. If solid, fluid. If hard, soft. If rough, smooth. If calm, tempest. If prosperity, adversity. If life, death. Assist a man in raising a burden, but do not assist him in laying it down. Number is the rule of forms and ideas, and a cause of gods and demons. A thought is an idea in transit. There are in women's eyes two sorts of tears, the one of grief, and the other of deceit. The wise man should be prepared for everything that does not lie within his control. Geometry is a knowledge of the eternally existent. He is not wretch that enjoyeth not his own goods. Write in the sand the flaws of your friend. In this theater of man's life, it is reserved only for God and angels to be lookers on. The stars in the heavens sing a music, if only we had ears to hear. It is required to find that infinitely big inside what's infinitely small, to feel the presence of God. Love that shines from within cannot be darkened by obstacles of the world or consequences. None can be free who is a slave to, and ruled by, his passions. Respect gods before demigods. heroes before men, and first among men, your parents, but respect yourself most of all. There was a good principle which created order, light, and man, and an evil principle which created chaos, darkness, and woman. Truth is so great of perfection that if God would render himself visible to men, he would choose light for his body and truth for his soul. We ought not to quit our post without the permission of him who commands. The post of man is life. If you're going to use a woman only for sex, make sure you're at least good at it. Which quote did you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't miss out on a chance to see the next video.